Military records on occasion give us marriage information. Usually it just tells the name of the wife. The following are some examples of what you might find and how to research it a little more to verify the information. This is a World War II draft card. This was found on Ancestry.com. The seventh box asks them to list the name of the person who will always know your address. He lists Mrs. T.A. Aldous. Then in box 8, it says it's his wife. This doesn't give us their marriage date, nor does it give us his wife's name, just Mrs. T.A. Aldous, but we know that he's 26 years old, so his marriage was probably in the last 8 years. This is also a World War II draft card found on Ancestry.com. Again, no marriage date, but we do see that Jack's wife's name is Bertha Grace. Jack is 25, so they are likely married in the past 6 or 7 years. This is a World War I draft card found on Ancestry.com. Lewis is listed as being 42 years old and self-employed as a farmer. The nearest relative listed is Grace Thompson. This is likely his wife. Often we need a few other records to help us. I found the 1910 census. Lewis is single. I searched the 1920 census and found L.H. Lewis and wife Grace. So we know they married between 1910 and 1917. 1930 census, we find Lewis H. and wife Grace. Notice that all 4 of these records spell his name differently. The first is L-O-U-I-S, the 1910 L-O-U-I-E for Louis, the 1920 census just L-H, and then the 1930 L-E-W-I-S. Variations often happen, but this is the same person. Here's the marriage record for Lewis and Grace Thompson. They were married the 23rd of September 1910, which is the time frame we figured out. They were both from Jefferson County, Pennsylvania, and married in Jefferson County. This is just an example of how different records can help verify other records. We started with the World War I draft card, and the other records confirmed that Grace was Lewis's wife. Pension records are the most likely place to find a spouse. If the man who served is filing, then he might be asked to give information on his wife and when they were married. Here's a military pension application for Thomas Watts for serving in the Civil War. In the application it asks, "Are you married? If so, please state your wife's full name and her maiden name." He gives Nancy Jane Watts, Nancy Jane Hargis. So Hargis is her maiden name. When, where, and by whom were you married? The 5th of January, 1854 in Oblong, Illinois, by Squire John H. Wright. Wonderful information we get from this application. This is a Civil War pension record. Harriet Aldous is listed as the widow of George Aldous. We don't get a marriage date from this, but it verifies that Harriet was the wife of George Aldous. You can find military records in many places, but Fold 3 is one of the best locations to find military records besides the National Archives. They have a 7-day free trial, so you can try this site out to see if you think it will be beneficial to you. Remember, if you are looking for a spouse or marriage information, the pension records are going to be the most likely place to find that information. You can check out some of the libraries near you to see if they carry subscriptions to Fold 3. We have one near us that I can go to so that I don't have to pay for the subscription. It comes as a library subscription. Enjoy looking for marriages and good luck. Happy hunting!